Hi, we just hit the record button, waiting for everybody to join, anyone who wants to join, and then we'll get going. So today we're going to talk a little bit about the details of manifestation and how to manifest so that it's effective for you, because wanting isn't enough. Okay, so wanting something isn't the same as manifesting, and it doesn't matter how bad you want it, it's still not manifesting. So we'll just give it a couple more minutes. You can put your wins from the week in the chat. While we're doing that, we'll just wait for everybody to join in, and then we can get going. Okay, so let's do this then. There's some really good wins there. So it looks like you're having some good week. We've got feeling way better, more energy. Thanks for the tips on what to take. Feel like I'm losing weight, even though it's not showing on the scales yet. That's always the way, because it's not about the weight, is it? It's not about the weight. It's about the body composition and how your body is using the energy that it has available to it. So you might be feeling better and healthier in yourself, but the scales might not be showing it. And that's fine, because we're moving towards a healthier self, because that's how we get pregnant. So don't worry about that. That's great. Okay, then. So let's have a look at manifestation, because our beliefs can be limiting in ways that we don't even realize. We think we're doing everything right, and then it turns out actually there was a lot more that we could have been doing differently. And many of us unconsciously hold back by limiting what we allow ourselves to expect. So some women feel that, if I don't expect anything from this whole fertility journey, then I can't be disappointed. I can't be let down if it doesn't work. But listen to what I'm saying when I speak like that. I'm actually talking about the negative side of things rather than the positive. I'm kind of almost expecting things not to work out. And so I won't allow myself to believe that they might, so that I don't have that crushing emotional discharge when they don't work out. That's what my expectation is when I start thinking like that. And so what that does, and this might sound a little bit woo-woo, but bear with me because I'm going to explain it all. That sends a message to the universe, or to God, or whatever entity it is that you believe out there, that this isn't a big priority for you. Even though you're saying you want to get pregnant, believing in that way is sending that message to the universe that it's not a big priority. And so the energy that we project tells the world how serious we are, and it's easy enough for it to misinterpret it. And so manifesting, it's all about harnessing this energy to turn your desires into reality. At its core, everything that the universe is made of is energy. Okay, so that includes your thoughts, your emotions, your actions. So if you think about it this way, every time something moves, it creates energy. So if you rub your hands together, do it now, what do you feel? Feel heat, you feel tingling, movement, energy, and that's the vibration. And it's the same concept that applies to our thoughts and feelings, because when you think about something or you focus on a desire, you create energetic movement. Whether you realize it or not, the brain is moving. That's energetic movement, and that has a ripple effect. Quantum physics tells us that everything in this state of vibration, like literally everything is in this state of vibration. So if you think about it, if a heavy truck rumbles by, a fighter jet takes off in your vicinity, or if you've been lucky enough to go to Cape Canaveral and you see the space rocket taking off, for instance, we feel that in our chest. You feel it. And that's the vibrational energy that happens from movement, including your thoughts, because your brain is moving. So when you focus on our energy, on the goal, when we focus all of that on our end result, we're tuning ourselves into the same frequency as that goal. So that's like if you flick on a light switch, the electricity is already there, but it takes an action, flicking the switch, to direct that energy to make the light shine. You can see the electricity, you know it's there, or rather you can't see the electricity, but you know it's there because the light turns on. And that's how we can really use the things we can't see, use that power of energy to create and shape our reality in our future. So although our thoughts and beliefs might not be visible to normal people passing us by on the street or even to us, they do create that vibrational output. So when you're thinking, your brain is moving, it's creating energy, and that has been scientifically proven to show that they carry weight and create reality. Just like how you're drawn to certain people. So some people, you're at a party and, boy, I really like that person over there. You've not even had a conversation yet, but you're magnetized towards them. That's the energy flowing between you, like a magnet. You're magnetized towards them. And then it's the same with people, just instinctively, you don't like, you're repelled against them. And that's the magnetism pushing you apart. You can't see it, but you know it's there. It's real, just not visible. And so here's the thing. There's a disconnection between wanting something, like wanting it so bad that your heart aches, and knowing with certainty it will happen for you. So some women will say, you know, I want to conceive or change my situation so badly. But wanting it comes from a place of lack, because if you want it, it doesn't exist. And you're not certain it's going to exist. So it's a nothing. Okay. So that creates an energy that is like you meeting the person who repels you. It's a nothing. It's a void. It's not there to be fulfilled. That is what's going to happen. Now, if you train your mind to work in such a way that this is absolutely going to happen, this is where my future is, the vibrational energy is different. You can even hear it in the way I'm speaking, in the way my body's holding itself. Everything creates a movement that changes that vibration and that energy. And therefore, that's what we're attracting in. We're attracting in, we're magnetizing in the energy that knows that this is what is going to happen in our life. It's like the electricity. You can't see the light until you turn the switch, but you trust that when you turn the switch, the light's going to turn on. That's what we're doing. We're trusting this certainty. That's where we need to get our mind to be. So in manifestation, it's so important, this difference between wanting and knowing. And you know, when you just talk about it initially, it sounds like nothing. It's like, oh, it's the same thing. It is not in this instant. It's crucial because we attract more of the same energy that we put out. So this wanting something and coming from a place of lack, then your energy is focused on absence of that desire. You create this vibration of need, of scarcity, or even desperation. And have you ever walked past like an Indian restaurant and the guys are all stood outside trying to drag you in? Or if you're on holiday, they're trying to drag you in. Look at our pictures, come and eat our food. You're like, no, I'll give it a miss, thank you very much, aren't you? Because like no one wants to be around that desperation. It's repelling. But if you go past a restaurant and everybody's queuing to get in, what does that do? You want to know what that's about, and you will queue to get in because like it's going to be worth it. All these people are giving you that validation. It's a similar sort of energy that we're talking about here. We're talking about reflecting back what we put out. And so we don't want that desperation, that need, that scarcity. We're looking to reinforce the feeling of motivation, of certainty, of strength. So have you ever noticed how, let me just see, I think someone has signed in. Just give me a second. There we go. Sorry, just letting someone in. So have you ever noticed how your friends very often will have similar birthdays, not necessarily the same day, but they'll have similar birthdays. And so that's not by accident. That's that law of attraction. You're attracted to similar types of vibrational energies, like attracts like. And there's 3 ways to know that there is kind of vibrational energy. So we've spoken about tuning the radio, tuning in, and you get to that vibrational energy that connects with yours, and then things start to work when they match. Okay, but there's some others too. There's a thing called RAS, reticular activating system, and that's like the brain's filter. It helps to focus on what's important by tuning out the distractions. So we recently picked up 2 dogs from Battersea Dogs Home. And all of a sudden, like, we'd never seen these dogs before. We just picked them up because we felt sorry for them. And like, we weren't bothered about what breed we got. They're Pomeranians. But all of a sudden, we're driving down the street and like these Pomeranians everywhere. And we were like, never even seen one before. Like, genuinely never seen a Pomeranian before. But that's this RAS play here, because you suddenly start to focus on what's important to you. It's like if you buy a car, it's the same thing. You buy a car and all of a sudden everybody's driving that same car. But it's not that the cars or the dogs, that they weren't there before. It's that your brain is now paying attention to them. The RAS works in the same way in manifestation. Whatever you focus on, whether it's positive, so this certainty that I'm going to have this baby in my future, or babies, or family, or whatever, that certainty, or whether it's negative, that wanting, that scarcity, that desperate need, your brain is going to highlight that and bring it to your awareness, and that changes your vibration. And that's proven in science. Now, we talked about the idea of like attracts like. That law of attraction, that's the foundation of it. It's a metaphysical concept. It's based on the principle that we attract into our lives whatever it is that we focus on, whether that is consciously or subconsciously. Now, there's research out there at the minute that shows that we are only in control of 10% of our conscious mind. So 90% is subconscious. So this is where this reprogramming comes in, because that's going to do the bulk of the heavy lifting for us. And science supports that through the understanding of energy and how focusing on our thoughts and our emotions influences the reality that we experience. So now you can see why knowing that you're going to get something in your future, rather than wanting it to happen, is so important, and why it's something that we need to focus on. So knowing is rooted in certainty. When we know that something is coming, we project that confidence and trust in it, like flicking the light switch on. We act as if it's already on its way, and that energy then attracts experiences that are aligned to our fulfillment. So if you think about it like planting a seed, when you plant it, you don't see what's going on under the surface. It's just planted. But if you focus on the fact that it hasn't sprouted yet, rather than watering it, what's going to happen? It's going to die, isn't it? But if you do water it, and you water it enough, and the sun shines, and we put all of the nutrients into the soil, it flourishes. And it might take a little bit of time, and it is a step-by-step process, but it will bloom. And it's that kind of energy rooted in this confidence that attracts more of the same. The universe responds in a positive flow by delivering what we believe is already ours. And so when we shift from wanting to knowing, we start to attract the opportunities, the relationships, and the fertility goals that align with our desires. We stop focusing on what's missing, and we start aligning ourselves with the energy of having that baby growing inside of us, a happy, healthy baby, pregnancy, and outcome at the end of the 9 months. So the basic manifestation principle is this: the energy that you put out, whether it's doubt, fear, or certainty, is the energy that returns to you. And by addressing limiting beliefs, shifting from wanting to knowing, you're projecting that this is a priority, and we align with what we truly desire, and then we begin attracting it. So today I'm going to start to show you, all that said, how to break free from these limiting beliefs and practices. And then we're going to carry this on in future sessions so that we're building one at a time. We'll see how far we get today. We've still only got 15 minutes left. So I think we've only got time for what's coming directly next. And then we'll go over the rest of the things in our next sessions. Now, my goal, obviously, here is to empower you to take control of your reproductive health. When you know what's going on with your body and what's influencing your fertility, you gain clarity. You can make informed decisions that align with your personal health and your future goals, but you need clarity for that. It's no good saying, I want to be pregnant. Like, when do you want to be pregnant? How do you want to be pregnant? Is it natural? So on and so forth. So you need to take control of exactly what you want, because the journey to conception shouldn't just be that race towards the next procedure, because that is taken away from that control. It's about tuning into your body, learning what it needs, and then taking small steps every day to build your fertility naturally. Okay, now, again, you're on a certain path right now. So you're doing that, you're taking control, but it includes everything. It's not just, oh, I'm on this course. It includes the finite details of what we're bespoking to you. So your particular diet, your particular movement, your particular way of sleeping, if we're looking at that, your emotional health, what we're doing with you, and how you personally are really taking control of those details so that you're moving forward for you. Okay. And so the natural methods that we're using, they're rooted in Western science and traditional Chinese medicine, and they restore this balance to your system. But it's that detail that you need when you're looking at this manifestation process. And they address the root causes. We're not masking these symptoms like if you just go to your GP will happen. So again, you're taking control by dealing with these root causes, so that nothing comes back in the future. Because once you're on top of it, the only thing that can take that away from you at that point is something that changes in regards to these root causes. And if you're in control of it, you're on a path to certainty. Now, also, it's important to understand that your mind controls your body. The brain is in charge of everything our body does. The way we move, the sounds we make, our digestion, literally everything. So if we can control our mind, then we can 10 times the effect of the lifestyle changes that we're making. And so this is where this gets really powerful, because this is about truly adding to your power. Okay. So how do we manifest effectively then? What I want you to do now is to just take out a pad and a pen, and there's several steps that we're just going to walk through briefly. Okay. We're going to have a look at some of the physical blockers that have been holding you back. I want you to write those down specifically for you. So they could include things like inflammation, hormone imbalances, anatomical changes such as endo-PCOS, poor egg quality. It could even involve things like your partner's sperm motility, for example. So if they've been diagnosed with that, they're still physical blocks that are affecting your ability to carry your own child. So just take a moment to just write down what your physical blockers are. Now, if we look at mental blockers, we're looking at things that we just talked about, really. You know, that desperation, that doubt, that fear, that negative self-talk, stress as well can deeply impact fertility. It's huge. So we're going to have a look at some mindset work as we move through these programs. And just take a few minutes to just write down yourself which of these applies to you. Then number 3, there's energetic blockers. So energetic stagnation in your body in traditional Chinese medicine, or misalignment, if you like, between your emotional state and your physical health, that can really halt your progress. And so that's where we bring in practices like the acupressure, the movement, some of the energy healing that we're doing. And you can understand now we're talking about vibration, some of that energy healing and how we're changing that vibration just by putting something like a singing bowl next to you, or the sound of singing bowls. It's that vibrational energy that changes. So just take a few minutes just to write down yourself if you can sense any of these energetic blockers going on inside you. And just give me a thumbs up when you're done. Okay, so now we're going to just move on to clarifying your fertility goals. So I want you to be absolutely crystal clear, like we were talking about earlier on, just about the detail of what it is that you want, whether it's a natural pregnancy, successful IVF, healing post-surgery so that you can go on to get pregnant sooner rather than later. Just identify your personal fertility goal in detail. Okay, now the next one is thinking about visualizing your perfect fertility journey. And so what we're going to do now is just take a few moments at the end of this drop-in session to do a little bit of meditation, manifestation work, okay, yourself. So you can put your pad and your pen down now. You're clear on what is going on. Now, you might not be in your most peaceful environment at the minute, but you can come back to this. Don't forget these are recorded, so you can come back to this later on. And I want you to just ground yourself. So put your feet on the floor, take a few deep breaths, inhale slowly through your nose, exhaling through your mouth, and feel the air enter your body, filling your lungs. And then as you breathe out, just feel that tension releasing with that out breath. Just imagine it flowing away with that out breath, and let the stresses of the day go and allow your mind to just settle into the moment. Now, like I say, if it isn't the right time or environment for you to do this now, you can come back and do it at a later date. We'll still be here on the recording, okay? But for now, let's assume that you're in a good place. Tune into your body. So bring your awareness to your body and start from your feet, moving all the way up to your head. So feel each part of your body relax from your feet upwards, softening the muscles and releasing any tension. And if there's any discomfort, just acknowledge it without judgment. Allow it to be there without resistance. And then just breathe into your reproductive area. Direct your breath towards your lower abdomen, to the area that represents your womb and your reproductive system. Visualize warm, healing energy, a bright white light filling that space with every breath in, and any tension or stagnation leaving your body with each exhale. And as you breathe deeply, silently repeat to yourself, my body is fertile, healthy, and open to new life. My body is fertile, healthy, and open to new life. My body is fertile, healthy, and open to new life. My body is fertile, healthy, and open to new life. And just keep that going for a few moments. Now, in your mind's eye, see yourself as that healthy, vibrant version of yourself that's open to new life. Visualize yourself. Visualize your body glowing with health, with strength and fertility. And notice how your body feels in this state. Is it balanced? Is it energized? Free from stress? Now imagine what it looks like to achieve your fertility goals. So this could be seeing yourself holding a positive pregnancy test. Could be feeling the joy of conception or cradling your newborn in your arms. Whatever it is that drives you, you just visualize that now. And what do you feel as you picture this? Do you feel the strength of a balanced pregnancy and your body fully supporting the process? Focus on these emotions, on the moments, connect to the feeling that you get right now. How do you feel? What do they bring? How does it feel to be on this journey? Do you feel joy, excitement, peace, gratitude, love? All of them? Allow those emotions to fill your entire being, deeply embedding them in your heart and your mind. And now just reinforce your intention. So as you continue to visualize everything that we've talked about, I just want you to silently say to yourself, again, I am on the path to creating new life. I trust my body and I trust this process. My journey is unfolding perfectly and I am exactly where I need to be. So say it after me. I am on the path to creating new life. I trust my body and I trust this process. My journey is unfolding perfectly and I am exactly where I need to be. Now just allow that to settle for a second. And when you're ready, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, open your eyes, and come back to the world. And that's it for today now, ladies. That is my little tiny teach. Let me just stop the recording and then you can tell me if you have any questions.